Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, 30th chapter, text 33. What happened? Yavate mayaya spresta Brahma iha karmabhi Tavad bhavat prasanganam Sangahasyannu bhave bhave Yavat, as long as te, yo, mayaya, by the illusory energy, spristaha, contaminated, Brahma maha, we wander, iha, in this material world, karma be, by the reaction of fruitive activities, tavat, so long, bhavat prashanganam, of your loving devotees, sangaha, association, syat, let there be, naha, ava, bhave, bhave, in every species of life. Dear Lord, as long as we have to remain within this material world, due to our material contamination and wander from one type of body to another and from one planet to another, we pray that we may associate with those who are engaged in discussing your pastimes. We pray for this benediction, life after life in different bodily forms on different planets. Please respond, my dear Lord, as long as we have to remain within this material world, due to our material contamination, and wander from one type of body to another, and from one planet to another, we pray that we may associate with those who are engaged in discussing your pastimes. We pray for this benediction, life after life, in different bodily forms, on different planets. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. This is the best benediction that a devotee can ask of the Supreme Lord. This is also confirmed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sthane sita sutigatam tanuvam manobir. One may be in one position or another according to destiny. But in any case, one must continue to hear about the activities and pastimes of the Supreme Lord, regardless of circumstances. A pure devotee does not pray for liberation or for cessation of the cycle of birth and death, because it does not consider that important. The most important thing for a devotee is getting a chance to hear about the pastimes and glories of the Lord. The devotees who engage in the service of the Lord in this world will have the same opportunity in the spiritual world also. Thus for a devotee, everything is in the spiritual world, as long as he can hear about the pastimes of the Lord, or whenever he can chant, the Lord is personally present. Yatra gayante madbhakta tatra tishtami narada. When the pure devotees assemble to chant, hear and talk about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the place where they assemble becomes Vaikuntha. For the devotee, there is no need to pray to the Lord for transferal to the Vaikuntha world. A pure devotee can create Vaikuntha or Vrindavan anywhere simply by chanting the glories of the Lord without offense. Prasetas pray for an opportunity to hear of the glories of the Lord in every form of life. Bhave bhave. A living entity transmigrates from one body to another. The devotee is not particularly eager to stop this process. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays, Mama Janmane Janmaneshwari Bhavatat Bhakti Haitu Kitvai. My dear Lord, life after life may I be fixed in your pure devotional service. Out of humility a devotee considers himself unfit to be transferred to the spiritual world. He always thinks himself contaminated by the modes of material nature. Nor is there any need for a devotee to ask to be freed from the modes of material nature. Devotional service itself is in transcendental position. Therefore, there is no question of asking for this special facility. Conclusion is that a pure devotee is not anxious to stop the repetition of birth and death, but is always eager to associate with other devotees who are engaged in chanting and hearing about the glories of the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanam Gna Shalakaya Chakshvadan Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Satvitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Saji Shadvitam Shabadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishagam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shavanu Shuta Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here you can see the prasetas, they are with the Lord, and you can see how they are praying. So, they are not puffed up. They are very humble. They are saying that even we have to stay here in this material world, life after life, we just want to associate with your devotees, so that we can hear about your pastimes. Not just that they associate with devotees, they associate devotees who are discussing about the pastimes. That means elevated devotees. Practically you can see the whole Bhagavatam, everybody is praying like that. Correct? Everybody is wanting to associate with the devotees. Right? Starts with the what? The sages. The Nameswaranya, right? They say that our face all have become black, by doing this sacrifice. We don't know what is the result of it. But we want to associate with you so that we can hear. You know that was the black face become black? 118. 118, huh? This thing has become so small. See here they want to associate with the devotees. We have just begun the performance of this fruitive activity, a sacrificial fire, but we are without certainty of its result. Because of the many imperfection in our action, our bodies have become black from the smoke, but we are factually pleased by the nectar of the lotus feet of personality of Godhead Govinda, which you are distributing. See, this is how the devotees are more happier to hear about the glories of the Lord. But they are not interested in this karma kanda thing they are doing, burning of this. And fire become black, the body become black. They don't know the certainty of the result also, it's not unclear. Yeah, but by hearing, they become convinced that by taking shelter of the Lord's glories, and one is sure to cross over the ocean of material cycle of birth and death. Right? So devotee association is of prime importance. So here the sages are asking for devotee association. Is that the next verse? Or one verse before? See? This is the verse, we quote many times. The value of a moment's association with a devotee of the Lord cannot be compared even with the value of attaining the heavenly planet or liberation from matter. What to speak of worldly benediction in the form of material prosperity, which are for those who are meant for death. See this point here. This verse is also explained in the fourth canto. Tulyama lavana api na swargam na punarbhavam bhagavad sangi sangasya matyanam kim utasi saha. See, this is...
I think that is the next verse of today's verse. Right? That is the next verse of today's verse. Right?
Oh.
Fourth chapter. Fourth one.
34, is it? Yeah. 434. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. So the next verse is the same thing about this. See? And that verse is also explained by Lord Shiva also, right? I have shown you that verse, right? By Lord Shiva. Let's go to the next verse. So you see here, this is the verse we are reading, and we are going to go to the next verse. The same thing, you see? Right? See how it all flows. Bhagavatam is repeating everything a million times because then we learn, no? See? Even a moment's association of pure devotee cannot be compared to being transferred to a heavenly planet or even merging into Brahman effulgence in complete liberation. For living entities who are destined to give up the body and die, association with pure devotee is the highest benediction. The line is changed here, the last line. Worldly benediction is meant for those who are dead. Here it says, living entities who are destined to give up the body and die, association with pure devotee is the highest benediction. Yes. And I think the next verse also, Let's also see what happens, whenever pure topics of the transcendental world are discussed, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material anchoring, at least for the time being. Not only that, but they are no longer envious of one another, nor do they suffer from anxiety or fear. See? The Prasetas speaking. Why today they say we want to associate with devotees. Yeah? In any form of life we have to take, it doesn't matter. But we want to be with the devotees, to hear your glories. Why we want to hear that? Because a moment's association, a moment's association of pure devotee cannot be compared to being transferred to a heavenly planet or even merging in the Brahman effulgence in complete liberation. For living entities who are destined to give up the body and die, association of pure devotee is the highest benediction. Correct? Lord Shiva also said the same thing. And Prahlad Maharaj also said the same thing. Everybody is saying the same thing. And Lord Shiva, when he is speaking to Markandeya, he was also saying the same thing. I think I showed these verses repeatedly, many times. Yes? Even Prithu Maharaj, he is also saying the same thing. See? Dhritarashtra, Vritasura. He was also saying, yes, Muktanam api siddhanam. 6:11. Okay, we will go to Prithu Maharaj. So Prithu Maharaj is also saying the same thing. You see here? My dear Lord, I therefore do not wish to have the benediction of merging into your existence, a benediction in which there is no existence of the nectarian beverage of your lotus feet. I want the benediction of at least 1 million years, for thus I will be able to hear about the glories of your lotus feet from the mouth of your pure devotees. You see this point here? He wants 1 million years so he can hear. See? The verse is what? They want to hear about the glories of the... Correct? Why they want to hear is giving an explanation. My dear Lord, you are glorified by the selected verses uttered by great personalities. Such glorification of your lotus feet is just like saffron particles. When the transcendental vibration from the mouth of great devotees carry the aroma of the saffron dāsa of your lotus feet, the forgetful living entity gradually remembers his eternal relationship with you. Devotees thus gradually come to the right conclusion about the value of life. My dear Lord, I therefore do not need any other benediction but the opportunity to hear from the mouth of your pure devotee. Isn't that a fact? Sometimes when Prabhupada was talking and some devotees were believing, and then Prabhupada would ask, where are you going? He said, no, Prabhu, I said, I'm talking and you are going. Prabhupada checked the devotees. Why? Because I'm speaking for your benefit, and you are going. What are you trying to do? Same thing, when Bhaktisiddhanta was giving class, there was parikram being arranged. And everybody went for parikram, but Prabhupada stood back. And because he stood back, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati mocked that, oh, he likes to hear. So this hearing propensity is so important. If a person does not have desire to hear, then spiritually he has become contaminated. That means he is not. So the hearing propensity is the test to see how much you are interested in making spiritual advancement. Because you see, he wants 1 million years. to just hear about the Lord. That's when the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also said, what is that verse? Huh? What verse? So who knows Bhagavad Gita?
Arjuna said.
No, the 10-8. No. Matchita matkata prana bodhayantas parasparam katayantas cha mam nityam tusyanti cha ramanti cha. You know this verse? You don't know? Hare Krishna. So we'll go to Bhagavad Gita and come back here. 10 what? 9. See here? This verse you must remember, huh? Matchita matkata prana bodhayantas parasparam katayantas shamam nityam tusyanti cha ramanti cha. The thoughts of my pure devotee dwell in me, their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. It's the same point. Yes? Where's the another verse is there? Kitayanto satat. That you quoted that.
No, I quoted 13:26.
13?
13:26.
13 to 26. Oh, that's because the hearing, they want to hear. Because they have a tendency to hear, so they became perfect. That's a little different, but this is, I think that what was that? Bhagavad Gita? Machita, no, the other one. Satata? Satata Kitayanto Mam, yes? 9? 9:14, you see? So again here, see, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Satatam means all the time chanting about me. Yatanta cha dradavataha namasyanta cha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upashita. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So this is actually the point. Even Kapila Dev was speaking to his mother. The mother, he was talking to her. And it is 3:25, 21. Right? Let's go there. So these are the qualification of the pure devotee. Titikshva karunaika suhada sarvadeyana ajata sapra santa sadhava sadhubhushanam. These are the qualification of their devotee. Symptom of sadhu is that he is tolerant, merciful, friendly to all living entity. He has no enemy, is peaceful, he abides by the scripture, and all his characteristics is sublime. So qualification of the sadhu. Such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. For the sake of the Lord, he renounced all other connections such as family relation and friendly acquaintance within the world. So for the Lord, he sacrificed all his so-called attachment and then engaged constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The sadhus did not suffer from material miseries because they are always filled with thoughts of my pastimes and activities. See this point here? Because they are, what? Although they are in the material world, but they are detached. Because they are always attached to hearing about Krishna. You understand? That's why it says here, you see the next verse, Kapila is saying, my mother, O virtuous lady, these are the qualities of great devotees who are free from all attachment. You must seek attachment to such holy man, for this counteracts the pernicious effects of material attachment. So this is the point that, what's his name? Kapila is, Praseta is also making. So you go, we want to be with the devotee, lifetime after life, never mind what kind of birth it is. Correct? Even Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing, no? I want to be a dog. I want to be a dog in the house of a devotee. Tomara kukura. Yes? Why do you want to be with the devotees? Explain here. Huh? So when you go to them and you hear, then you counteract the pernicious effect of material attachment. You see this point? You understand this? Practically our lives will all change because we are associated with devotees. If someone here became a devotee without association, not possible. Okay? So you see here, counteract the pernicious. I mean, what does pernicious means? Huh? Very harmful, is it? Proper using the right word, no? In Sanskrit you can see, the Sanskrit is it? Sangha Dosha. The Sangha Dosha. Dosha means what? That thing. Karma Dosha. Sangha Dosha. So this next verse is so important. This is quoted many, many times, this verse. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti hirkarna rasayana kataha tajosna dasva apavargavatmani siddharati bhakti anukramishyati. And this verse, quoted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu many. And the association of pure devotee, discussion of pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. Only by associating with devotees, real devotion and devotional service will take. You understand this? Yeah? Now, why the reason for this is, this subsequent verse is also so important. This verse here. Is it this verse here? This what? This word, Rejubir. Understand this word, Rejubir? See? This proper translated as. See this word? This Rejubir means easy. You understand? Thus consciously engage in devotional service and the association of devotees, a person gains this stage for sense gratification both in this world and in the next. By constantly thinking about the activities of the Lord, this process of Krishna consciousness, you see this one? Is the easiest process of mystic power when one is actually situated on that path of devotional service, is able to control the mind. Then, see, this is the associating with devotees, hearing from them. It goes all sequence, see? That's why they say, associate with devotees, associate with devotees. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. You see the word? Rejubir Yoga Marga here, a very suitable word used here is Rejubir, or very easy. You follow? Another point mentioned here in the next verse. Thus, by not engaging in the service of the modes of material nature, but by developing Krishna consciousness, knowledge and renunciation, and by practicing yoga in which the mind is always fixed in devotional service under the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one achieves my association in this very life. For I am the Supreme Personality, the Absolute Truth. So this is another point. Not only is it easy, but you will actually be able to see the Lord in this very life. Understand this point? It is not something we are talking of some, what do you call it? Phantasmagoria. What's the word? Phantasmagoria, some speculation. Yeah, we Hare Krishna, you come, no, you jump, you sing, you take something, go home. Some kind of a cult. Actually, they label us as a cult. You understand? They don't understand that they, what we say, result from this consequence of bowing down, taking prasadam, smelling the incense, as in nectar devotion, all these things are elaborately explained. Yes? Understand? It is actually transformation of our life. And thus, by not engaging in the service of the modes of material nature, you cannot do that. You cannot go beyond the modes if you don't engage in the service of a pure devotee. By serving the pure devotee, very easily you can cross the three modes of material nature. There's a verse also for that, I showed you a million times on that one. You know where it is, right? 7:15:25. You take note. So devotee association is highly stressed. And by doing that, you actually can see God, see Krishna. You understand? You can get the association of the Lord. And one achieves my association in this very life, for I am the Supreme Personality of God. You think this is some kind of a false statement? You think this is, firstly he said, associate, you will counteract this harmful effect of material world, correct? Then he says it is very easy to do. Next thing he's saying is that you will get my association. And all this can come by the association of devotee. So devotee association is the key for spiritual success. But many people are downplaying this thing. They think they are just useless people. Yes? These guys are sitting in the temple wasting time. They think that. I think what's his name? What's the Prajapati? Daksha. He was also talking like that about Narada Muni. You're wasting time. What are you doing? At least I'm producing children. I'm productive. You wandering around, and then you taking all the children away, and you all sit in the temple. What's the use? Materialist, he thinks like this. We are wasting time. We are unproductive, and they are very productive. Look at the consciousness. Understand? That's why to come out of this thing, you need the association of. Yes, I can see householders here and devotees. Householders, I see every day something missing, cannot come, something. How to be steady? Very difficult, I see. Even though they are staying very close. Yes, something happened, children, something, spaced out. So many problems. Correct? Just to even come for the program, I find it a big difficulty. Correct? No. What?
Yes.
I'm speaking something wrong? I said, just to become regulated. You follow? This is where the whole problem is, to become fixed up. It's so difficult. You understand? That's why in 7:14, Narada Muni, Yudhishthira is asking, how do we make progress? Householders. Hey, the pure devotee, seeing God. No? And he asked Narada, and Narada said that you have to associate again and again and again with who? Yeah? It's so important. Right? You know the words, right? A grihastha must associate again and again with saintly person. And with great respect, you must hear the nectar of the activity of the Supreme Lord and His incarnation, as this activity is described in Srimad Bhagavatam and other Puranas. Thus one should gradually become detached from the affection of his wife, children, exactly like a man awakening from a dream. This is the only thing. Maharaja is talking to who? But they have no interest. They have no interest to hear this. Yes? So many other things to do, important. Correct? So therefore, unless we hear from the pure devotees, it's difficult to. Even Shiva is saying, Brahma is saying, everybody is saying the same point. Prahlad is saying, Ritu is saying, I don't know who is not saying. Only I am not saying. Because I am attached to mine. Huh? Rukmini. Yes, he is also saying, I think I showed the verses. Everybody is saying except me. What am I doing? I want to enjoy mine. So it is all waste of time. Correct? So the solution is, as the Prasetas are saying, you want to come out of this mess? This is all it is. You have to hear and hear the glories of the Lord. That's why we have to read this. I mean, we may not have a chance to come here and read here every day, but at least you can hear the Bhagavatam, correct? Yes? And how many people are reading the Bhagavatam? I don't think, I think mostly even the Gita is not finished. Yes? Gita is finished. See? Gita even not finished. Only 700 verse. If you hear about the 18,000, you will faint. Hare Krishna. You understand? Now, all I hear now, Prabhu, I have all these books in my house, Can you come and collect it? No? So why you want to get? No, I am moving out. So many things he cannot throw. You understand? So many things. This is the first thing he want to throw. And he will call us. We are like garbage center. Come on, pick it up, Look at that. And which is the most important thing? Which is the most important thing? Which one? Huh? And that is, Prabhu, can you pick up this Bhagavatam? Yeah? Understand or not? If he just touches this book, and even he says he reads one line, one line, I show you. What verse is that? 12. 15, huh?
59.
59. You see here, when you read one line, verse before is also. This narration destroys all that is inauspicious. One who with undivided attention constantly recites this literature at every moment or every hour, as well as one who faithfully hears even one verse or half a verse or a single line or even half a line, certainly purifies very self. Hello? Prabhu, come and please pick up these books all. This is just collecting. It's a burden in my house. Can you imagine this? It's like he got a winning lottery ticket. He said, Prabhu, you take this ticket, finish. Can you imagine the brains? Can you imagine? Huh? Can you see what he's saying here? Huh? Hello? You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about? Huh? You know what I'm talking about? What am I talking about? Bhagavatam. This is referring to the Bhagavatam, Prabhu. Bhagavad Gita you keep there, I know, you keeping there, say one cloth you put and you keep in there, that's all. Yes, everybody say must put one Bhagavad Gita in the altar, no, very auspicious. Bhagavad Gita is not to be read, only kept in the altar. Yes? Yeah? Is that a fact? Krishna says you keep Bhagavad Gita in the altar. Yes? What? Huh? And you keep Amarachita on your table. Amarachita what? Katun. Yes, Anna? Amarachita Katun, right? He's speaking Bhagavad Gita. Simple, Prabhu, I like this cartoons, you know. Easy to understand, this cartoons, you know. Yes? Yes or not? This is the thing. And when we ask him, you please take this, no, I know everything. I know already. We knew from Amarajita. Understand? You see how the brain is completely screwed. And here, it says, even you recite one line, half a line, you get purify yourself, you see. I mean, this whole world is screwed up, you know, that's all I can say. One who hears the Bhagavatam on the Ekadasi or Dwadasi day is assured of long life. And one who recites it with careful attention while fasting is purified of all sinful reactions. Just see. So, you don't have to pay these hospital bills, you know. Your hospital bills are coming, you know. Right? They all are telling everybody, no, please have insurance, please have this, because they already know. You're gonna have so many problems. But here you see how you can evade all this. And he's calling me and take it, Prabhu, take it away, this book, take it away. Unfortunate. Yes, that's the word. Because in Kali Yuga, what is that verse? Priyana Alpayusa. What is that? 1110. No? This is the reason. In Kali Yuga, this is the reason. Guys, all Prayena Alpayusa Sapya Kalavasmin Yuge Janaha Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya He Upadritaha. This word Manda is so nice. Tell you the meaning of it. Manda means what? Lazy. Sumanda Mataya means misguided. Manda Bhagya means unlucky. And above all, Upadrita means disturbed. This is the qualification of all the Kali Yuga, you know, everyone. Oh learned one, in this iron age of Kali, man almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. You understand? See how the book so important that is there, and the first thing he's thinking of is get rid of it, Very unfortunate. This whole thing is a mess. You understand? This is what it is, Kali Yuga. Prabhupada written these books. Even Prabhupada said, even you don't read, Prabhupada said, even you touch, you get purified. How much he said, so powerful. Just finished, the brains are finished. So try to understand the misfortune. And the only solution to come out of this mess is to hear constantly the pastimes of the Lord. But the misguided guys, especially with the invention of this handphone, everybody is so absorbed in YouTube, TikTok, this talk, that talk, except Krishna's talk. That's it. Nobody is interested. Right? That's why it says, if you can just chant even once, you are very fortunate. Even once if you can chant, you are considered the most fortunate person. But I will not do that. So I will discuss at length the association of devotees. Why devotee association is important? Because only when you come with the association of devotees you get reminded about Krishna. You hear about God. Alright? But if you don't associate with devotees, then life is pretty messed up. So, any questions or comments on these points? I think we'll go back to the Ritu Maharaja before we finish. Ritu Maharaj, you see how much is explaining. My dear highly glorified Lord, if one in the association of pure devotees hears even once the glories of your activities, does not, unless nothing but an animal, give up the association of devotees. For no intelligent person should be so careless as to leave the association. The perfection of chanting and hearing about your glories was accepted even by the goddess of fortune, who desires to hear of your unlimited activities and transcendental glories. See this? In other words, if you don't want to hear about Krishna, then you are classified as what? Huh? What? Hello? Let's see the Sanskrit word. See that word? Veena, pasum. Pasu means what? So if you don't want to come and hear about God and Krishna, then you are what? So you want to be an animal? Huh? Then he says, further he says, he's talking about serving the lotus feet of the Lord. So he may have a fight with Lakshmi serving the lotus feet, but because you are very dear to the devotee, you will take the side of the devotee. See how he is, Because, let's read it. My dear Lord of the universe, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the mother of the universe, and yet I think that she may be angry with me because I am intruding upon her service and acting on that very platform to which she is so much attached. Yet I am very hopeful that even though there is some misunderstanding, you will take my part, for you are much very much inclined to the poor, and you always magnify even insignificant service unto you. Therefore, even though she become angry, I think that there is no harm for you, because you are so much self-sufficient that you can do without her. You see how it's glorifying. This is spiritual competition. Great saintly persons are always liberated, who are always liberated. Take to your devotional service, because only by devotional service one can be relieved from the illusion of material existence. Oh my Lord, there is no reason for the liberated soul to take shelter at your lotus feet, except that such souls are constantly thinking of your feet. So unless you are thinking of the feet of the Lord all the time, there is no reason for you to go and take shelter. Common sense, right? Huh? My dear Lord, what you have said to your unalloyed devotee is certainly very much bewildering. The allurements you offer in the Vedas are certainly not suitable for pure devotees. People in general, bound by the sweet words of the Vedas, engage themselves again and again in fruitive activities, enamored with the results of their action. My dear Lord, due to your illusory energy, all living beings in this material world have forgotten their real constitutional position, and out of ignorance they have always desires of material happiness in the form of society, friendship and love. Therefore, please do not ask me to take some material benefits from you, but as a father not wanting for the son's demand, does everything for the benefit of the son, please bestow upon me whatever you think best for me. See how he is praying. Huh? So you see, this is, so here then is, because then the Lord, takes leave of him. But these are all verses that, correspond to what every devotee is praying. Every devotee is praying like this. I only want to be your servant. I want to be the servant of your servant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, yes. So that is the mood of the devotee, Not trying to be master, always become. So, okay, any questions or comments on this point? You said what? What was Vritta Sura? Six what? Vritta Sura also prayed. 6:11, is it? Six? 6:7, huh? 6:11. So here he is also, he is a demon. He took birth as a demon, Chitraketu. Oh my Lord, my Master, I am wandering throughout this material world as a result of my fruitive activity. Therefore I simply seek friendship in the association of your pious and enlightened devotees. My attachment to my body, wife, children and home is continuing by the spell of your external energy. But I wish to be attached to them no longer. Let my mind and my consciousness and everything I have be attached only to you. See this? Kunti Devi is also praying. Cut off my association with the Vrishnis and the Pandavas. Let my mind flow like the Ganga, unobstructed. You follow that? She's also prayed like that. So everybody is, devotees, they only want to be with the Lord. That's all. Conclusion. Is there some more verses below? Must be, no?
Actually, this is the Chatushloki 6th canto. This is the part of the Chatushloki 6th canto, 4th verse, 6:11, 24 to 27.
6:4, 24 to 27. This is Chatusloka from the Bhagavad.
Of the sixth canto.
Huh?
Of the sixth canto.
Oh?
Sixth canto.
Sixth canto. Who said that? Huh? I never read that. No? O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, may I again be able to be a servant of your eternal servant who finds shelter only at lotus feet. O my Lord, O Lord, my life may again become their servant so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes, my words always glorify those attributes, and my body always engage in the loving service of your Lordship. O my Lord, source of all opportunities, I do not desire to enjoy in Durgaloka, the heavenly planets, or planet where Lord Brahma resides, nor do I want to be the supreme ruler of all the earthly planets or the lower planet system. I do not wish to be master of the powers of mystic yoga, nor do I want liberation if I have to give up your lotus feet. This verse I have shown also in the 11th canto. O lotus eyes Lord, as baby birds, they have not yet developed their wings. Always look for their mother to return and feed them as small calves tied with ropes await anxiously the time of milking, and when they will be allowed to drink the milk of their mother, as a morose wife whose husband is away from home always longs for him to return and satisfy her in all respect. I always yearn for the opportunity to render direct service unto you. So you see, he's giving the analogy. So these are the prayers of, I think, Vrittasura, I think this section is going to leave his body, It's because he's been cut. When he swallowed Indra, he thought that he finished Indra already, so he went on trance, But Indra came out by cutting his neck, So that story is there in the 11th canto, you can read. You see, but he died, when he was cut. So while in trance, he was praying all these prayers to the Lord. You understand? That's why now maybe you can. For me, the best is to chant Krishna name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and made it simple. You just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. That's all. Come, join the temple is here. You can come here, associate with devotees, right? And you chant together. You come. You chanting with devotees is more auspicious, or you sitting at home and chanting? Which is you feel better? Huh? What?
Chanting with devotees.
Chanting with devotees. You just come here and chant Hare Krishna with the devotees. You see how much purifying it is. Yes? That's why associating with devotees is very, very important. Correct? So you see here how he is longing to go to the Lord. So Vrittasura is praying here. So like that, what's his name? So many devotees. 616 I was showing. What is that? 616, who's talking there? Chitraketu, yeah. 616, Chitraketu, whole 6 canto. Rukmani says 660, 1060, Yeah, 1060. Let me go to this 60. Krishna is speaking about her. What happened? 1060, 62. I think 58. Krishna is speaking 58, is it? Let me see. It's finished. I think it's higher up, you know. See, when the messenger did not come, she wanted to give up her life, you know. She can't even bear the separation. The Lord being the heart detected this. See, when your brother who had been defeated in battle and then disfigured was later killed during a gambling match in Anuruddha's wedding day, you felt unbearable grief, yet out of fear of losing me, you spoke not a word, but in silence you have conquered me. See how she tolerated, you know, the Lord. Actually, the prayers are there, no? This is how Krishna is glorifying her qualities. You got to find it. Yeah. 50. Okay, I guess I will stop here. All right. Any questions anyone else got any questions? No questions. All right. Thank you very much. Where am I?